What's up, everyone? I want to touch on some supplements. Again, yes, supplements. Get tons of questions about supplementation. What should I take? How should I take it? When should I take it? What brand is good? Blah, 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 blah. All tons of questions. Um, there's some supplements that work, some that don't. There's a lot that don't work specifically. But, like I said in the previous video, if it made you work harder, diet smarter, it worked. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, some things that I see people don't take enough of and skip out on. Branched chain amino acids are probably the number one thing. Branched chain amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine. They are the three amino acids, specifically leucine, but there's a reason why you have to have the other two. But specifically, those amino acids are responsible for triggering what we call protein synthesis or muscle protein synthesis. They support that action in the body. Now, why take my whey protein? Yeah, that's good. Why do you think whey is so popular? Why do you think people didn't start off taking soy protein and leave it at that? Well, because whey gave the best results. Least amount of fat, least amount of carbs, in an isolate, that is. And the highest of all proteins, the highest amount of leucine per serving or per 100 grams, if you want to make it easy. You can look it up. You can do the studies on it. You can research it. It's all on Google. Most leucine per 100 grams. And whey isolate's going to have the most. Now, that being said, the amount of branched chain amino acids or leucine specifically that you need post-training in order to take full advantage of protein synthesis is anywhere from 5 to 8 grams. Now, to get that out of just whey is going to be about 70 to 75 grams of whey protein in isolate. Now, if you buy protein, you know, typical whey scoop is about 25 to 26 grams per serving, or per scoop. Grams of protein per scoop, right? That's a lot of scoops, man. You're going to run out of your protein fast. So what do? You buy branched chain amino acids. They're a lot cheaper. You can get just plain ones. You know, I got plain ones. I've shown them in the videos. Mix them up in there. Put a scoop, a couple grams, whatever. 5 grams, 2 grams, 3 grams, whatever it takes, you know. And make sure you get that full 7 in your post-workout nutrition. Also, you can do it with meals or in between because it helps trigger that also throughout the day, keeping you more anabolic, right? Which is good. Now, don't necessarily sip on them all day because that creates an amino acid resistance of sorts. And you definitely don't want that. I see a lot of people do that. I still don't know why. It's probably because they don't like the taste of plain water. Anyways, that works. Another ingredient I see that's used a lot, of course, is the caffeine. You know, probably the most popular supplements on the market right now are pre-workout supplements. Caffeine. You got all these different other ingredients in there. You got beta-alanine, creatines, citrulline malate, arginine, and all these things. Well, caffeine works for obvious reasons. Gets you amped up, gets your nervous system going, gets your focus on. It helps. It works. But if you take it in excess, you start to decrease hormone production efficiency. You start to mess with your sleep cycles. Why? Because caffeine affects your adrenal system. Your adrenal system also affects how your hormones are distributed through the body. So, if you're taking 4 scoops of Jack 3D, well, the old stuff, let's say, 4 scoops of some strong pre-workout before you go to the gym every single day, guess what? You're not going to get results anymore because now you're messing with things on a hormonal level. And that's definitely not a good thing. You want your testosterone to be its highest production level and efficient as into where it's going. That's important. Along with pre-workouts, man, there's a lot of gimmick ingredients like arginine. Well, arginine has been studied not to increase anything in relation to nitric oxide. What it can help with is growth hormone release, because I believe it's one of the amino acids that's important for that, along with like glutamine and a couple other ones. But arginine, L-arginine, to me, to supplement with, is virtually useless. I wouldn't waste my money on it. However, there are products like Hemavol and Gaspari's Vasotropin, for example. Great pump-based products, you know what I mean, where you feel a better pump faster, which is cool if you like to do that kind of thing. Now, how much they work towards actually raising nitric oxide is up for debate. And based on some scientific research, it's not really that possible to increase nitric oxide like that, at least not for a sustained amount of time where it would cause a super great benefit. But needless to say, the products make you feel good in the gym, man, so you can rock on with them. There's a lot of high energy fat burners, which is the same as the pre-workouts. They're really no different. They don't have as many as the muscle optimizing ingredients as a pre-workout does, but a fat burner does have a lot of caffeine. So as the same, you can take too much fat burners, too much caffeine, and it will halt your fat loss results. So you always got to be careful with that. Another one I see a lot of people use is CLA. CLA is good for a fatty acid, but no, it does not help you lose body fat. It does not necessarily help you metabolize fatty acid chains in the body. There's no proof of that, really. Especially in recent studies, it doesn't work as it's marketed, let's say. Another product that doesn't work as it's marketed is glutamine. They say, oh, you need this, absolutely need this for muscle recovery. That's not necessarily true, because glutamine's function in the body is like 75 to 80% used in the upper intestine to support the immune system. It's used to help like burn patients or something, like skin damaged patients, come back to health. Why? Because it increases their immune system and helps the processes that build back up the body. Well, that's great, but if you have like a budget, let's say, for your supplements, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get some protein, I'm gonna get a pre-workout, I'm gonna get some vitamins, and I need a recovery supplement, what are you gonna buy? A lot of people will buy glutamine. I say buy branched chain amino acids. Glutamine, I mean, unless you're taking a ton of it a day, it's really not going to do anything for you. It's great to help keep you from getting sick. There's been times where I've trained so hard that I've gotten sick the next day or whatever. That happens. So it's good to have that stuff in, or when you just get a cold or whatever, it's good to have. But for everyday use as muscle recovery agent, it is not anywhere close to what branched chain amino acids are. Regardless of what that article told you. Again, it's not marketed correctly for what it does. Another thing people miss out on is a quality vitamin. Don't just go buy a vitamin because it says vitamins on it. One of the best ones I've seen is the Myogenics MyoVite. It's great. It has everything you need in it. You can take 1 or 2 packs a day. You actually feel good off of it. And it's not too crazy expensive, and it's not them hard-packed pills that they make that are like virtually really like rocks and can't digest in your system. If you haven't seen studies on that, go look those up, and how much you actually absorb from like a hard-packed standard vitamin that you can buy at your local Walmart or Target or whatever. It's not the same. Just because you take it doesn't mean it works. So that leads me to just remind you that when it comes to supplementation, it's not always about what you take or how much you take or when you take it. It's about how much you actually absorb. How much do you take down? How much does your body accept and how much does your body reject? How much will you absorb? Always remember that. So when you're looking for supplementation, look for always, number one, is it going to fit your goals? Is it going to absorb? What is the mode of transport? Is it a powder or a pill? What kind of pill? Looking at how those pills are made and how they digest and how they absorb into the body. It's more so with pills than with powder. And then look at the dosing too, because it's not only how much you can absorb, it's are you absorbing enough now? Like pre-workouts throw beta alanine in. That's not enough beta alanine a day to increase, increase muscle efficiency by decreasing nitric or lactic acid production, by buffering it out. You need to take like 4 grams a day for 12 weeks in order to see a positive change in that. Just straight beta alanine. So that pre-workout stuff that has it in there is not enough. You may get the little tingles and whatnot, but that's not enough to physiologically cause a chemical reaction in your body. So yeah, that's kind of it. Watch for dosing, watch for what you're putting in, the mode of transport. All those things are important because supplements are not cheap. They are expensive. So yeah, if you have any questions, of course, leave a comment on Facebook, message me, whatever. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share. I'll talk to you guys later.